Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DeanoTalksSports Podcast. I'm your host, Dean Trombino, joined by Ant, Jack, and Daniel, as always. First and foremost, how's everybody doing tonight?
Chilling, you know.
Chilling. Doing
Late
good.
night pod again, but we're fucking ready.
I am very tired.
Very tired.
You say that every time.
You see, it's late night, but we had to get this out for you guys because we've got a huge final week of the NFL regular season, multiple playoff spots up for grabs, and that is what we're going to lead off with, talking about who we think is going to make the playoffs. And there's a lot of different scenarios that are very confusing, so we're just not going to get too far into it. We know who are winning we don't know, but we have our picks of who are winning these next week's games, so we have our playoff predictions as well. We'll start with you, Daniel. Who do you have making the playoffs in both the AFC and the NFC?
So the automatic one is the Ravens 1 seed. They've already clinched that. Doesn't matter what I pick. Sneaking in at the 7 seed, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers sneaking in. I have the Buffalo Bills beating the Dolphins to clinch the AFC East and be the 2nd seed. So the first round matchup for me would be Steelers and Bills. Then I got Miami's falling all the way to 6 to play the Chiefs in the first round, which would be a pretty fun first round matchup, truthfully.
I have to agree.
And then I have the Texans beating the Colts to win the AFC South, and then they're going to face Cleveland in the first round.
All right, and then we're going to move to the NFC picks for you.
San Francisco, they clinched the first seed, right?
They clinched
seed.
the 1 seed.
You're welcome.
I didn't realize this. I just made my basic game picks, and somehow, some way, this came to this conclusion. The Saints are making the playoffs. Do not like that, but that's where I ended up. Cowboys are going to get the 2nd seed. I just see no way they lose to the Commanders. The Rams get the 6th seed. The Detroit Lions get the 3rd seed. And then the Eagles get the 5th seed, playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the 4th seed.
All right.
I have the Green Bay Packers missing the playoffs.
Jack, you ready for yours?
Yeah.
All right, we'll start with the AFC. What do you think?
AFC, I got, of course, Baltimore, number 1. I got Buffalo sneaking in the 7th seed. And I got Cleveland as the 5th seed, Houston as the 6th seed, and, of course, Kansas already in. And then Jacksonville in the 4th seed.
Winning the AFC South?
Yeah.
All right, and you have Miami beating the Bills to win the AFC East as well.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Moving to the NFC. We'll start with that again.
Of course, got my Niners on top. Appreciate that, Ant. Then I got the Rams sneaking in the 7th seed. I feel like they're going to beat us this week, not going to lie. But
Without Matthew Stafford, without Cooper Kupp, without all of them?
Yeah, we're benching everyone.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's a bench versus
Benching
bench.
everywhere, whole second string this week. So.
True.
Can the Rams be the 7th seed? I thought they were locked into the 6th seed. Or can they? Oh, really? Okay.
Just to let you know, this would be the first time the Rams would beat us in like 3 years.
I know, it's a crazy stat. All right, keep going.
And if the Rams do beat us this week, we got Detroit and the Rams would play each other if the Niners win. I mean, if the Niners lose. And then we got Dallas and Green Bay.
Just to fact check him, the Rams kind of beat you when it mattered most in the NFC Championship game a couple years ago.
I know.
So.
Regular season. I know. I was there, Deano. I was there. That was good stuff.
Okay, just
That
quick
shit was
summary
tough.
for Jack real quick. I know we're not done, but San Fran 1st seed, Green Bay in the 6th seed, Dallas in the 2nd seed, Detroit in the 3rd seed, Los Angeles in the 7th seed.
Yep.
Okay. And who do you have? So Philly would be the 5th seed, I would assume, because they already made it.
I got Tampa Bay 4th seed.
Okay, so if Tampa winning the NFC South.
Yes,
Got it. Moving to Ant. Who are your playoff picks?
Then the AFC. I've said this on this podcast before, but this is Baltimore's year to lose. If they don't make it to the Super Bowl, it's a very big missed opportunity for them.
Same thing with the Niners.
Deano. You know I'm riding with you. Everyone expects these Dolphins to absolutely collapse right now. You did, especially, and you're a Dolphins fan. And the boys are playing good football right now. And it's not at Buffalo, and I think that really, really matters.
It does.
And I like the Dolphins coming out. I love Mike McDonald. McDaniel? Or
McDaniel.
McDaniel.
Mike McDonald is Baltimore's defensive coordinator.
Both
Another very good coach.
Both very good fucking coaches.
Very good coaches.
But no, I love them winning. I have Pittsburgh beating the Ravens tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. Dude, I had on this podcast that Mike Tomlin ain't winning shit. I said, hey, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. One season, it's okay. No, he's fucking 10-7 right now. or
he would be 10.
he
and
would
7
be 10-7.
with this
Yeah,
win.
if they freaking won, I think he's gonna pull something off. Mason Rudolph and dude George Pickens, man.
Shout out to him, kind of. I wouldn't say reviving his career, but there's a lot of people out on
Saving
him
his career,
after that. Like when he didn't block for Jalen Warren against the Colts, he was just not having a great season, and then he had like 2 back-to-back 130+
Did you
yard
see that
games.
mic'd up when Mike Tomlin was
He was like, man, just make a play for us. Go save us.
Go save us. And that's when he made that like catch right here. It was so sick. I don't know. I think Mike Tomlin's gonna make some magic. They'll obviously get bounced the first round by the Chiefs, but whatever. Me and Dano, we're riding the Stroud Mania right now, baby. We're riding it. And they're gonna go up against Cleveland in the 5th seed. And golly, that's gonna be one hell of a matchup. I'm excited for it. San Fran, fuck you. You're in the 1 seed though. Actually, you're welcome because we suck.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep. You're welcome. Whatever. What else? What are these big games? You know what? Everyone thinks these fucking Bears are gonna beat the Packers, man. Everybody.
I'm people.
Everybody.
I'm
You're
everybody.
people? Are you people?
No.
That's my dog.
Daniel,
Love's gonna
Daniel,
get
are we
paid.
everybody?
Jordan's been going off.
We're
You know he
everybody.
gets money. You know he gets money if he wins. He goes to the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
gets
that's
money.
right. That's right. Yeah.
Don't get
Death,
Daniel on the
taxes,
incentives.
and Green Bay owning the Bears.
Don't let him talk about the incentives.
It's a thing. It's a thing. But no, I got Tampa beating the freaking Panthers. If they don't, that'll be so fucking funny.
It'd be so funny. It'd be
That'll be so funny.
funny.
but- No, I got Dallas versus Los Angeles. I got Green Bay versus Detroit. I got Philly versus Tampa.
All right, now on to me. Of course, Baltimore's already secured that 1st seed. And who is going to win the AFC East? Well, you know, I got to rep for my city. Not really my city, but my team. This is quite literally the biggest Dolphins game of my entire life. In my 21 years of living, Daniel, do you want to let me know how many times the Miami Dolphins won the AFC East?
0.
0. We've never won a Super Bowl in my lifetime. Forget about that. We've never won the AFC East in my lifetime. Can you believe that? I can't. Well, I can. I lived through it. I think the Dolphins are finally going to do it. I have this hat. I'm going to have a whole Dolphins fit on. I got
luck hat.
Dolphins shoes. It's a good luck hat.
Yes, sir.
I believe that the Dolphins can pull this off. I really do. And I'm going to be so scared and excited at the same time watching that game on primetime football with the whole world watching. And, you know, this is probably a clip that's going to be posted on TikTok. But if we win, I want to hear nothing. Dolphins can't beat good teams, yada, yada, yada. We won the AFC East.
I'm with you, though.
Let's do it.
We're the only motherfuckers.
Rip
we
that, by the
good.
way.
I'll be the first comment.
What's the thing?
Saying-
Dolphins swim?
Fins up, man.
Fins
up, baby.
fucking-
Fins up, baby.
Dolphins
Dolphins. Wow. Dolphins
Dolphins
winning
swim.
the AFC East. Look at the hat. It's happening. So, yeah, Dolphins, they get the 2 seed.
Dolphins win.
Dolphins swim. Wow.
The new thing.
We got to make it a thing now.
That should be the new one right there. Yeah.
But, yeah, so I have Dolphins with the 2 seed, and they would be playing my 7th seed, which would be Buffalo. Although they would lose to the Dolphins, I still think they are going to sneak into the playoffs. Next, I also have Pittsburgh beating the Ravens. And a lot of it comes down to Ravens are going to play a lot of their backups. Tyler Huntley's playing. And I just can't imagine that's a game that Mike Tomlin would lose. You know what I mean? Especially with the playoffs on the line. I think that Pittsburgh will make it. They'd be the 6th seed going against the 3rd seed Kansas City Chiefs, which are already there. The 5th seed Cleveland Browns, which, again, already locked in. I can't ride with Stroud on this one. I am going with the Colts to win the AFC South. And some people, we haven't said the Jags yet. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, why aren't the Jags making the playoffs? I know, at least for me, Daniel, and Anthony, we have the Titans beating the Jags in this situation, right? Mike Vrabel, he's the definition of a spoiler. I think it's going to happen. We think it's going to happen. But in my case, instead of the Texans winning, I have the Colts. Shane Steichen makes the playoffs in his first season without Anthony Richardson, by the way, which there are some people who think Gardner Minshew is better than him. I completely disagree. I think Anthony Richardson makes this team so much better, but he still makes the playoffs. Very cool. Now to the NFC. San Francisco makes the 1st seed. Again, thank you, Eagles. Well, not for me, but Jack keeps saying it, so I'm going to say it. But
Bro, y'all.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I got you, man. In the 7th seed, sneaking into the playoffs, I have the Green Bay Packers, despite me having them lose. I have the Packers losing to the Bears, but I think all of the other important ones, I think the Vikings will lose to the Lions. I think the Cardinals are going to beat the Seahawks. And I forget the other one. It would be the Saints, right? It'd be the Saints sneaking. I think the Falcons are going to beat the Saints. So Green Bay sneaks in. Dallas 2nd seed. That's who they'd play. Going to the 6th seed, Los Angeles Rams. They'd be playing the 3rd seed, Detroit. I mean, you want to talk about a script. Matthew Stafford against his old team back in Detroit. Come on. And then Philadelphia in that 5th seed going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I just cannot imagine them losing to this Panthers team that has zero energy. And that is our picks for the playoffs. And we are going to segue this into something we've talked about MVP a lot, but not really the superlatives of the rest of the league. So let's get into that, starting with, of course, MVP. Daniel, who's your MVP?
Give me Lamar Jackson. Woo! I was all aboard the Dak hype a couple weeks ago. Then he played a couple good teams and did not put up the best stats in the world against said good teams. He had a good game against the Lions, but the previous few weeks he was not that great. Whereas Lamar faced, according to some people, one of the best defenses in football and completely destroyed them. And then the week after, completely destroyed the Dolphins. He's just playing really good football right now, and people would say him winning the MVP would be a disgrace because he doesn't have the stats to back it up. Sometimes the stats don't need to back it up to show how much of a how much of an impact he's made this year. They gave him receivers, and he plays good football, and they're winning games. It's crazy how that works. So I think Lamar should win MVP.
And here's the most interesting thing about that. You say give him receivers. This isn't some elite receiving core either. Like
just people who can catch football.
Just people who
for the
can
most part.
Yeah, it's just
they've
people.
had drop problems.
And they've had drop problems too.
Not Nelson Aguilar.
Not Mr. Aguilar. Not
Patriots
him.
legend.
Mark Andrews has been out too, and they've still been playing very good.
But yeah, no, I love that pick. Jack, who is your MVP?
I gotta go CMC right here. I know my last one was Brock Purdy, but yeah, like you said, Dean, we got kind of fucked by the Ravens. So
By who?
there goes that.
By who?
Lamar Jackson. I know. But bro, look at what CMC's doing this year. CMC has over 2,000 scrimmage yards, which last time a running back did that was AP. And what do? Win the MVP. He has 21 touchdowns. I mean, he has 500 receiving yards. He plays receiver. He plays every single position on the field. So it's gotta go CMC.
All right, Anthony, who's your MVP?
If Brock Purdy
looking at
won
me,
that fucking football game, you would be screaming he was the
Brock
MVP
Purdy
of
MVP, yeah,
football.
100%, yeah.
So why is that not the
100%.
same for Lamar Jackson?
Because he's not doing what CMC's doing. There's no running backs done this sense.
No, I'm
AP.
talking if Brock Purdy won that football game, you would be head over heels. Why is it not the same for Lamar Jackson? He fucked you guys.
Yeah, he did.
So why is it not Lamar Jackson?
Because I gotta go with my CMC, bro.
All right.
My baby, he's like second in votes right now.
Who is your MVP?
Since the NFL is a narrative city, that makes no sense. That was the game of who the fuck was going to be MVP.
Told
It
y'all,
was
by the way.
Brock Purdy versus fucking Lamar Jackson for the MVP, basically. What happened? What did Brock Purdy go out and do? 4 fucking interceptions. What did Lamar Jackson go out there? How much did they score?
All right, 2 of those interceptions.
35.
30 fucking 5 at San Francisco.
Am I tripping? It was 35, right?
Yeah,
Let me look. Let me look.
It was a
I'm-
lot. It's
it
was a
it was
lot.
35, it was 35, yeah.
at San Francisco. He
no, that's
said,
crazy.
"Get the fuck out of here!" Like Daniel
was
said,
33,
If
just to
you
set the
watch
record
the
straight.
game, it's obvious who the MVP of football was, and it was obvious who the MVP of your team was that game as well. Not motherfucking Purdy. And I've said that. Motherfucking said that. But he had back-to-back great games. He just played the fucking, was it the Dolphins?
Yes. And was
Destroyed them as well.
destroyed them. It wasn't even close.
If that's not the MVP, he had like 4 touchdowns.
4, I believe.
If that's not the MVP of football, bro, this would be the first fucking MVP of football he would be the first quarterback to have 2 MVPs by the age of 26.
Which he deserves.
Tom Brady didn't do it. Peyton Manning didn't do it. we're looking at a legend right now. It's pretty
We are
crazy.
looking at a legend. And I agree with these two right here. I think Lamar Jackson is the MVP. I've been saying that for like 6 weeks now. It was my preseason MVP prediction. And I think, I've said this before, I think Lamar Jackson has entered at least, I don't think he is, don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Mahomes, but I think he's entered best player on the planet kind of territory as a player. I think the things he does, I mean, when you think of MVP, most valuable player, you have a guy, every time he steps on the offensive field, makes a difference. Every time he hands the ball off, teams have to play that differently because of how much of a threat he is with his legs. Every time the pass rushers rush him, they have to rush him differently because of how he plays with his legs. He can now play from the pocket. He can throw deep. He has receivers that can catch all of his passes. He can throw on the run. He can throw off arm angles. I mean, the way he is playing football right now, I think he's in the conversation for the best player on the planet. Now, do I think that is still probably Patrick Mahomes? Yes. But I think we can at least put him in the same tier, I believe. Because last season, I think a lot of us can say, we felt comfortable saying Mahomes was in a tier of his own, right? Like, this guy was by far the best. And people still can clearly say that. That's okay. I just think we can start putting Lamar Jackson in that kind of tier as well, the way he's playing football right now. That's my opinion. Now, moving to Defensive Player of the Year, I figured we can do kind of a snake, so I'll start. My Defensive Player of the Year is Myles Garrett. I think he walked away with this thing like week 8. You're looking at one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in football, and this is their catalyst. Let me bring up his stats real quick because I brought up his grades, but there is not a player in the league that has a higher at least as an edge rusher, that has a higher double team rate than Myles Garrett does. And that guy has 14 sacks, so many pressures. There's not a higher graded pass rushing grade on PFF, and PFF's not everything, but I do enjoy their edge stats. I think it's a very good, especially when it comes to defensive line. I think they do a good job of grading that. And I see the same with Myles Garrett here. And it's between him and Micah Parsons, and I think when it comes to freakiest athletes on the field, you can't stop this guy. 6'4", 270 pounds. Again, he's my Defensive Player of the Year. What about you, Ant? Who's your Defensive Player of the Year?
Is it bad if I would have copied you?
No, because I think it's who it is.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to go on a whole tangent on why Myles Garrett is. I don't know. He's that place, the new Aaron Donald. You can give it to him every fucking year. And
you could have given it to last year, if I'm being honest.
it's just, he's a freak in nature. And like you said with Lamar Jackson, it takes a lot to stop that guy. And I don't think it is possible to stop that guy.
No. And there's a lot of the Steelers fans.
He gave you the stats, but I'm not going to go into all that. But
Steelers fans in particular really kind of don't mess with Myles Garrett for obvious reasons, AFC North. And they very much say that like TJ Watt is a better player. TJ Watt's a damn good player. TJ Watt has like a 20% less double team rate than Myles Garrett does. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's tiers when it comes to players. I think TJ Watt is definitely a tier below Myles Garrett. I just want to say that for Steelers fans because I know I know that they will comment when they hear that Myles Garrett is Defensive Player of the Year. I just wanted to make it clear. I think Myles Garrett is a better player than TJ Watt, straight up. Jack, who's your Defensive Player of the Year?
I mean, I agree with y'all. It has to be Myles Garrett. He has 14 sacks, 9 assists, highest grade player in the NFL.
He is. That's true. No, again, you don't have to delve too far into it.
Yeah,
we've already talked about it.
say.
Daniel, do you have a different one, or is it Myles Garrett?
It's Myles Garrett, but I'm going to go on a rant about Max Crosby.
Yes.
Because that guy is so underrated. I'm not saying he deserves this award, but everyone's talking about Myles Garrett, so I'm not going to talk about him.
Yeah.
1 year he's going to win.
Yes, he will.
When the Raiders are competent, he's going to win. But he needs to get his flowers because he is a very good.
You don't think he gets the credit he deserves?
I don't. Think about it like this.
I'm saying Defensive Player of the Year credit. Like, get
if
that
I'm not
kind of
mistaken,
credit.
I think he should be. I think the 3 Defensive Player of the Year candidates are Garrett, Parsons, and Crosby. Think about it like that.
The 3 favorites are Garrett, Parsons, and Watt.
Yes.
In that order.
He is almost Max Crosby is like significantly less via Vegas for winning Defensive Player of the Year type stuff than like TJ Watt, and I think that's ridiculous.
Interesting.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to get his flowers.
He does.
I'm seeing right here. He's plus 5,000 to win.
Yes, that's what it was. I was going to say plus 3,000. That's a ridiculous number.
That's crazy.
That should be. I think he is top 3 candidate. I think he's just as much of a defense player of the year as like Micah Parsons is. And even more so because there's not a lot of good defensive players on the Raiders, man.
Yes.
And he is literally their only good
only
defensive
good
player.
defense,
Shout out Robert Spillane, actually. He's a pretty good linebacker. But still, now moving on to offensive player of the year. Daniel, start with you. Oh, boy.
I'm going to have to go with McCaffrey.
Yes.
Hey.
Jack listed the
Here we go,
accolades
D.
earlier. I think unless Tyreek has a miraculous final, I think he's like 273 yards to get the record. I think it's
Get over
something
2K?
to get
over 2K,
but
I believe.
I
That's
don't
a
think that's
lot.
going to happen. It's possible, probably 1% chance. But if he does do that, I'm changing this pick 100% because obviously the media is going to be all over it.
Yeah.
But right now, Jack listed all the accolades. McCaffrey's just had a phenomenal season. He's carried the 49ers offense all year long. And I think he was by far the best offensive player this year.
Right. And Jack, I know you already picked CMC as your MVP, so you have a different offensive player of the year. Who's it going to be?
It's got to be Tyreek Hill.
Right.
I mean, he's probably the best receiver right now. And
I have to agree.
I know, just like when he's in, it's like the offense is so good. But when he's out, you guys are ass. Like, it's crazy how much he changes. You guys'
It's a big
offense.
difference. It is a big difference. Ant, offensive player of the year.
I guess CMC is your MVP. I have it as Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is when you're talking about like generational and unguardable.
Except for when he plays the Patriots.
Christian Gonzalez, shout out. Who should win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but he got hurt.
The Eagles did fuck him up too, though. Facts. The Eagles did fuck him up too.
Tyreek Hill?
But yeah,
He dropped a touchdown and then had a touchdown.
Yeah.
we held him to like fucking 56 yards.
Yeah, and he dropped like 3 passes that were
That's
wide
our
open.
fault.
No, you're right. You're
Come on now.
right. No, you're good. You're good.
Fucking and then whatever. I was gonna pull up his receiving yards this year.
It's in the 1700s right now. I think.
bet you it's probably
I think it's
300 more than the next person, 200 more than the next
yes, I
person.
believe it is. I think it's straight up.
It's
is.
just absurd what he does.
Oh no, see,
And he missed a game.
He was. I was gonna say he was dealing with a lot of injury shit this year, and I was watching a lot of the games. I don't have anything. It's just fun to watch. Bro, he got hurt a lot and was on the sidelines for a lot of these games. So if you just imagine, I feel like this 2K mark was so easy.
totally was.
For sure,
So
you got that, yeah.
easy.
And all those drop passes that happened. every
But
so
I think
often.
it's awesome. I think it's a heads or tails between Tyreek Hill and Christian McCaffrey. I don't think any of them could be mad at the other one
No.
for winning the but I have it as Tyreek Hill just for how the dynamic of the player he is. It's insane.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with McCaffrey just because he was getting like legit MVP hype as he should, and I do think he put together like they're the same caliber of seasons, but like we saw Christian McCaffrey's the engine of that offense, and Tyreek Hill is as well. But I think what really hurts his case for like offensive player of the year is we watched him miss the game against the Jets, and then the Dolphins scored 30 points in a blowout, and Jalen Waddle had 170 yards receiving and a touchdown. And it was like, doesn't change the fact how valuable he is, but like narratively, it hurts his chances. And I think CMC is going to win the award, as he should. Not a bad thing.
Just because I'm the gambler in this group. Lamar Jackson, by the way, minus 10,000 to win the MVP. So pretty favorable.
Pretty favorable.
But McCaffrey is second at plus 425, which is kind of crazy that a running back is second in odds.
Oh,
and then
100%.
third is Prescott at plus 1,800. And then for offensive player of the year, McCaffrey is the favorite at minus 375. Tyreek Hill is plus 275, and CeeDee Lamb's plus 1,500.
I was going to say, I almost suggested CeeDee Lamb, but I strayed away from that. But now moving on to offensive. Wait, yeah, we did Depoy. So now we'll move to defensive rookie of the year. We'll finish with offensive rookie of the year. Defensive rookie of the year.
You know what?
Mine. He's not going to win defensive rookie of the year, but I think he deserves his credit because he is an absolute dog. And I don't care if I'm wrong on this one because I love him and he should get more recognition. His name is Kobe Turner. He plays for the Los Angeles Rams. He's a defensive tackle, and he has put together a just fantastic rookie year, just an insane rookie season. This guy, Wake Forest legend, rookie, you never hear about it. He has 9 sacks. That is more than Jalen Carter, who is the favorite to win defensive rookie of
don't
the
pick
year.
him. Whatever you do. Come on, bro.
This guy has just, Kobe Turner has put together a fantastic season, and he just may not win. I recognize that. I wanted to give this guy the credit he deserves because he has been a revelation alongside Aaron Donald on this defensive line this year. My pick's Kobe Turner, who do you have as your defensive rookie of the year? I shouldn't even ask. I can answer it for him, but I'll let him answer.
You know who your real defensive rookie of the year is.
Maybe who I know is going to win, but I picked who I would pick to win defensive rookie of the year. I would pick Kobe Turner to win defensive rookie of the year.
The
Personally.
Eagles actually got the steal of the draft, part 500. Jalen Carter fell to 9, and it is the most hilarious shit I've ever seen in my life. Mans is getting double teamed his rookie year. I don't have the stats. Dean can pull those up for me for show if we need them.
Okay.
But he's a fucking machine. And he leads. Who is he leading the Vegas odds right now?
Yes,
I'd
by a
imagine so.
decent margin, I think. Will Anderson's probably next.
He don't play like a rookie should play, and I don't know. I think the film speaks louder than what I can say. He's
I
just
don't
an
know, man. You
absolute monster.
you see on film. I'm not film. You see stats. It's only got 6 sacks compared to Kobe Turner's 9.
That's why I said
Have
film.
you seen
I
a
said
better
film? I said film.
I know. Jack.
Well,
defensive-
Jalen Carter also has a lot more talent.
I think he's got more talent, and I think he gets more double
Like
teams.
on the line as well. Like he has a
He
lot
gets
more
way more
talent.
double
Yeah.
teams, yeah. I gotta agree with Ant right here. It's gotta be Jalen Carter. I mean, he does have six sacks. He does have 12 assists though, combination of 30. So I don't know. He played against the Niners, and I was watching him play, and I was like, sheesh, who is this dude, bro? So yeah, Jalen Carter.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of expected this. This guy was the best player in the draft by a very large margin, in my opinion. But moving on from that, who is your defensive rookie of the year, Mr. Daniel?
Say it.
How many sacks and assists did you have?
He had six sacks and 12 assists.
Okay. Will Anderson has 7
Cook.
sacks and 15 assists.
Okay.
With a lot less talent
With
on the
a
line.
horrible defense.
Horrible. Will Anderson, the
You did not
Texans
just say
rookie.
who's that.
The 3rd overall pick, Will Anderson.
I think
Okay.
the media needs to have the Eagles win one award, and this is the one that Carter was carrying for a majority of the year. But the real winner is Will Anderson.
All I heard was 6 is less than 9, and so is 7.
Yes.
And Kobe Turner should win defensive rookie of the year. Anyway.
Kobe Turner
You
is
just
plus
said
600.
the reasoning is
Is he
because
really?
they need an
Third.
Oh,
Eagle to
wow.
win.
He's 3rd?
Yep.
As he should be. Kobe Turner, shout out to you, bro.
Eagle
You
needs to
deserve
win.
this hype. You've been cooking, and I love that. Now, offensive rookie of the year, Daniel Cook.
I think Anthony and I are being pretty good. Actually, maybe not. It's definitely CJ Stroud. Is that where you're at?
Yup.
It's going to be CJ Stroud
gotta be.
because
Shouldn't be.
everyone knows.
Shouldn't be.
Nah, it's not going to be Puka. I'm telling you guys right
It
now.
Should
has to be
be.
Puka.
It fucking
It has to be
should
Puka.
I will
be.
bet you guys $10,000 on the spot right now. He's not going to be Puka Nacua. Anyways, CJ Stroud, just phenomenal year. Literally at the beginning of the year, they were having MVP conversation with this dude. And then he got hurt, got a concussion, comes back, and is now, especially if they win the division, I think that solidifies it. Like, no brainer. Like, hey, you won it. I will give my props to Puka. He has had arguably one of the best receiving.
He's literally
seasons
going to have the best rookie
of all
receiving season
time.
ever.
Most of it without Cooper Kupp, and even when he came back, he still got his reps, which is pretty impressive. But it's a quarterback league, man. It's a quarterback league,
Not
and
lying
CJ
there.
Stroud is playing really fucking good football, and they're going to give it to CJ Stroud because he's the fucking quarterback. But yeah, I think CJ Stroud's going to win it.
Jack, who's your offensive rookie of the year?
Yeah, like Daniel said, it's a quarterback league, and I mean, it's gotta be CJ Stroud.
All right.
It's gotta be not.
Now it's-
I mean, his stats this year are insane. What is
It's
it?
nice.
63. He has 3,844 yards, 21 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's he's having
Only
a fantastic
5?
season.
Only fucking 5.
He's only got 5.
crazy.
No, it's crazy.
That is
I mean, I
insane.
think he's been the best rookie quarterback I've seen in a long time.
It's close.
I mean, last quarterback
him
to
and
have
Herbert's rookie seasons are very similar. I think those are the 2 best maybe ever when it comes to rookies. So
really?
yeah,
Oh wow.
that's very cool.
Had
But
him in my fantasy too.
Ant, we got to cook right now, man. I'll let you say it.
This is pissing me off, dude.
It
Puka fucking Nakua
Has to be Nakua, dude.
needs to be respected, man. Let's go through the stats real quick. Puka Nakua's stats this season: 101 catches. It's not done so far. He has one more game to play.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
101 catches, 1,445 receiving yards, 89 rushing yards, and 5 touchdowns. And he needs 29 more to basically have the best rookie wide receiver season of all time.
Keep in mind the last offensive rookie of the year with Jamar Chase. He won the offensive rookie of the year award. This guy is going to break almost all of his records. This is the best rookie receiving season ever.
Dean, he's a 5th rounder. People said, "Oh, Cooper Kupp's coming back. He's going to take a step back."
I said that.
Fuck. No, he didn't. He is 4th in the NFL in receiving yards. 4th. People ahead of Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Ayuk, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, Jamar Chase, DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs.
This guy's a
A
legit
5th rounder first year.
All respect to CJ Stroud.
All respect.
He is a top 10 quarterback. I get that. Puka Nacua is a top 10 receiver. They're both having historic seasons, but
He's a 5th rounder who came in and took over.
He is such a large reason why this Rams offense is as great as it is right now. They added a true, not even number. This is a Tyreek Hill Waddle situation in my mind. Kupp wide receiver 1. Nakua is also a wide receiver 1 in my eyes. I think it should be Nakua. Both of these guys deserve it. Who is favored in Vegas?
By far,
It's going to be
Is it
CJ
Stroud?
Stroud. We just needed to make our Puka case.
It should be
what my
Puka.
point was. It's a quarterback league. Like they're going to give it to the quarterback.
I picked, but hey, Kobe Turner, Puka Nacua, I'm looking out for you. I look out for the Rams, man, I guess. But that's going to be it. No, I lied. One more. The most important one. Comeback player of the year. Quite possibly a very controversial topic, and I know it is. Daniel, who is comeback player of the year?
I want to preface this by saying I have the most respect for DeMar Hamlin. I'm not trying to disrespect him in any way, shape, or form. What he did was miraculous. At the same time, this is a football award, and he, before this incident, was not a good football player. This year, he has been DNPs because he's not a good football player. He's played 2 games, has been horrible in those 2 games.
Awful.
So I get it. Yes, obviously it could have been a very tragic thing that happened last year. He's back. Very cool story. But Joe Flacco, man, was on the couch a month ago. Like, it's not a joke. He was literally on the couch a month ago. And he is now starting quarterback for a team that went through 3 quarterbacks, especially one that they gave one of the biggest contracts in NFL history to. And he is by far the most productive one, who has gotten the most out of Njoku, the most out of Cooper, the most out of, prayers to Elijah Moore. He got hurt, so I don't know
that sucked.
That's going to happen there.
But still, did get the most out of him when he played.
It's insane. And then, like I said, who would have thought that Joe Flacco would be resting in Week 18 to prepare for the playoffs? If I told you that 2 months ago.
For the Browns, by
that
the
makes
way.
no
His division
sense.
rival.
And I don't know if we're going to go over this. It doesn't sound like you wanted to. And I'm going to piggyback this award. The Browns are winning 2 awards this year. That and Coach of the Year. Because what Kevin Stefanski has done is insane with that team.
Yeah, I don't know why I wasn't even. We'll go over Coach of the Year, so
Okay,
you
good.
can say that too.
But Joe Flacco, 100% needs to win comeback player. But I will not be pissed if Hamlin wins. Again, it is a good story. But I think football-wise, Joe Flacco by far should win it.
Jack, do you agree, or do you have a different pick?
Nah, I agree with Deano right here. It's got to be Joe Flacco. I mean, that motherfucker was seriously, like you said, in his couch watching these games. And now he's about to get to fucking Browns in the playoffs. I mean, I would love to see Browns-Ravens
Everybody
AFC
would.
fucking championship game right there.
Do you agree?
Love to see that.
Do you agree? Anthony?
No, because everyone on this podcast actually kind of expected Joe Flacco to do really well on that team. I'm not gonna lie.
He didn't.
know who
He
people?
didn't. I was the
No,
person.
didn't. Were
you the
I
only
was
one?
the
He did
person
terrible
who
on the
said
Jets, bro.
Joe Flacco is gonna cook on the Browns. I was the only one who said that.
You guys didn't say that.
No,
They looked at me like I was. You guys
All right,
looked at me
for
like I
sure.
was crazy, bro.
For sure.
You see how he played with the
I think
Jets?
Joe Flacco's having a better season than Mac Jones.
Hold
Hold up.
Did you know he already broke Johnny Manziel's pass record award? You know how crazy that
I
is?
love Manziel's
so
response.
crazy.
He's like, records are meant to be broken.
Yeah. Dude, he broke Manziel's passing
he
award.
did. Oh, he has more passing touchdowns than Mac Jones. That's tough.
Anyway,
I think everyone
who's it gonna be?
Baker fucking Mayfield.
I love it. That's a good one.
Baker Mayfield was written off. He was the clown. He is a joke. He was a joke. That team loves him now.
Loves him.
They are behind Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield this year, qualified in touchdowns, he's 4th. Touchdowns, he's 4th. Yards, he's 8th. Yards per attempt, he's 10th. In passer rating, he's 9th. In interception percentage, he's 6th. In touchdown percentage, he's 7th. Bro, he's about to get him in the playoffs in his first year. I don't know. If that's not a comeback player of the year, I'm not too sure what is. But he did it the whole season, and I don't know, he has a whole team that's behind him. And I love what Sleepy Joe is doing, but
Sleepy Joe.
I don't know. I think Baker Mayfield's story is 10 times crazier.
I think my pick would be Joe Flacco personally. I think, but again, they've already said it 3 times. I'll say it one more. Sitting on a couch, literally sitting on a couch, coming and playing some real, actual great quarterbacking. It's not just a fluke. Like, this is some great quarterback play for the Browns. And he is going to be my pick. But I do want to give a shout out to a guy that didn't get mentioned. And I think Breece Hall deserves a little bit of consideration there. The season he's put together after tearing, I believe, his ACL last season. It's a tough injury to come back from. And you have over 1,000 scrimmage yards this season. You've got 5 touchdowns behind an atrocious offensive line, an atrocious offensive scheme. I just think he deserves some credit. He's not my pick. I just wanted to mention him. Shout out to Breece Hall because you've put together a really cool season. But my pick is Joe Flacco. We're going to move to Coach of the Year. You already kind of alluded to it, Daniel. You have Kevin Stefanski. Is there anybody else at this table who thinks it should be Kevin Stefanski?
I think so, yeah.
All right,
100%.
There's 3 for Kevin Stefanski. And we're going to make it one more. I don't think.
Cook you so
no,
hard
I don't know how you can pick anyone but Stefanski with the amount of quarterback turmoil he's had. The way that, like, this team is 11-5.
You can obviously go Mike Tomlin every year, but
you can go a lot of guys.
Who
every
wanted
year.
to fire Stefanski at the beginning.
There
of the year, 'cause
was.
how slow they started.
And I was like, chill
they did
a little
some
bit.
dumb shit.
They did do some dumb stuff, but still, I just what he's done with this team, 11-5, so many starting quarterbacks. I don't know if you can go with anybody else.
I agree.
Now, I have a bit of a game for you guys. It's just a wee bit of a game. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Did we even do MVP?
Yeah, we did. That was the first one we did.
Yola Jack.
Oh yeah, that's dumbass bitch, bro. Yeah, how is that logic, dude? Can we talk about that on the side?
Okay.
Super Bowl matchup.
I'm just gonna. This is just a comparison game.
Talk later.
I'm going to name 2 wide receivers, put them head to head, and you guys are gonna choose. And I'll choose 2. You guys are gonna choose who you think the better receiver is. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
All right.
Are we talking about this year or career?
This year.
This year.
Okay.
This year. Who you would take right now?
Oh shit.
Who you would take right now? All right. Here we go. We'll start with what's a good one here? Okay. Would you take Devontae Adams or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Devontae Adams.
St. Brown.
Devontae fucking Adams.
I'm going to go with Devontae Adams as well. All right. Moving on. We've got, I know this one's going to be good. CeeDee Lamb or A.J. Brown?
CeeDee Lamb, 100%.
CeeDee Lamb.
I'm taking CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my god, you guys! There's no way you said that so quickly. You guys had. Oh my gosh, that's
Bro,
bullshit.
A.J. Brown has been ass the past.
Why?
4
Because
weeks?
himself?
No, I'm just
Because
saying,
he's a
bro.
bad player.
And CeeDee Lamb hasn't.
He sucked to start.
This
the
was my
year.
best idea yet.
bro.
Yeah, first like 4 weeks.
That's so lame.
You ready to make your case for your boy? You still got to
Yeah, let's
pick.
hear it, Ant.
Yeah, I'm choosing A.J. Brown. I think he's head over heels over CeeDee Lamb, and when he's healthy and he's getting the fucking ball, he absolutely dominates football. And when CeeDee Lamb gets Rex Megatron's record of 125 plus consecutive games for like 7+ games, hit me up.
I have one that maybe
Hit me
seems.
up.
I've
125 games of 7+ games.
No, what?
You said that 125 yards in 7+ games is what he
yeah.
made. There you go. There you go. But this one, I'm gonna name this one. Maybe seems obvious, but I do think it's a little closer.
Was
than
it
some make it out to be.
150?
I don't know. You have to look up that stat. I don't know.
Bro,
off
it
the
was
top of my head.
150.
What?
What A.J. Brown broke for consecutive games.
I was 150. No,
Yeah,
you're right.
Bro, put some respect on A.J. Brown,
That
dude.
was 100.
And then they said, hey,
Pretty sure it was 100.
let's stop
It was
giving
not
you the
100. It
ball.
was 150.
100.
It was not 100. There have been multiple receivers who do that.
the
But
fuck?
still, anyway, moving on. One that I think might be a little obvious, but at the same time, I think it's really close. Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase. 'Cause
Jamar Chase.
I think that's fine. I think that's a fair.
That's a crazy
That's
take.
crazy. Tyreek
I
Hill,
take
what
that-
the fuck?
Also,
I'm-
Browns was 125.
Oh, it was 1-5. Anyway, he picked Jamar Chase. I'm going Tyreek Hill, but I don't think that's a crazy statement. Jamar Chase is a fantastic
It's not a
football player.
crazy statement at all.
Yeah. But who would you guys pick?
Against
Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill
Hill,
for sure. Yeah.
there's no one close to Tyreek Hill.
If you take away Tyreek Hill's speed, he's not good.
That's the
Okay,
dumbest thing
what
you've ever
the
said in your life.
That's what Bill
That was
Belichick does
so
to him
dumb.
every
That
single
is the
year.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Bill Belichick does it every single year, and then guess
away
what? He
his
puts
hands, you
no
won't catch the
stats
football.
against
Oh
him.
my
Take
God.
away the hands, you won't catch it. Don't do it.
Okay, so you guys picked Tyreek Hill. Right. Now, next. Would you take...
I know, but he's
Oh, wait.
he sucked at the end of the year. He's been not getting the ball.
Next. Would you take... I'm going to bring up Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill again or Justin Jefferson? That is,
Justin
I think,
Jefferson.
a very, very...
Please
Justin
debate me on
Jefferson.
I'm
this.
going Justin
Please debate
Jefferson.
me on this.
I'm going Justin Jefferson, personally.
This year?
Maybe
Oh.
maybe
I
not
think I
stat-wise,
still
but
gotta
I'm
go
still...
with- I still gotta go with Hill.
We can talk about skill.
We're talking about-
I'm
Yeah,
going
it's not
Jay-
just
stats
I'm
this year.
going JJ on this.
I'm
dude.
going Justin Jefferson, personally.
This year I'm going Tyreek Hill.
That's fine. I think, again, I don't think it's crazy to say. I think it's close.
I think if JJ
I mean, he
is
gets
the
the
best
best stats in
receiver we've
football.
seen ever.
Oh, I think he's on like best receiver ever.
I think
pace,
he's
bro.
the best
Like
receiver
he's
we've ever seen. Is Justin Jefferson, in my opinion.
If he doesn't
okay.
get hurt,
Here's a
yeah.
fun one. Here's a really fun one. Puka Nacua or Brandon Ayuk.
Ooh.
It's a fun one, huh?
That's tough.
It's tough, dude.
Ooh, fuck, that's a tough one. Yeah.
That's a really
Give me
tough one.
Puka.
I'm gonna go with Brandon Ayuk personally,
Good.
and I think it's
answer,
really
D.
close though. I think
Brandon-
it's so
I gotta go Brandon
close.
Ayuk. Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk's going to get traded in the next 2 years because the 49ers cannot financially afford him. And whatever team he goes to, he's to be a wide receiver one instantly. So I'm going to go Brandon Ayuk.
I think so too. I don't think Nacua is a bad pick though. I think it's very close.
Next year, actually, yeah.
We're
Future
only we're
Patriot.
gonna do a couple more rounds of this. Ooh, okay. What can I do? What can I craft right here? Okay. Stephon Diggs or DJ Moore.
Oh, DJ Moore, bruh. Respect DJ Moore. This year?
We can go with it. It's not just taking the stats this year.
Stephon
We're
I'm just
taking
thinking
the-
about skill wise.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
I'm
skill wise
Stephon
as
for
well.
sure.
I'm thinking skill or DJ. DJ Moore.
DJ
It's
Moore.
close. You'd say Stephon.
I say Stephon, yeah.
I'm gonna go with DJ Moore.
I was gonna say, bro. How is
I think
this
it's
Stephon in
close.
any
I'll do
way?
DJ Moore too.
Stephon's been
Okay.
one
The
of the
Bills
worst.
been
rec-
cooking lately.
Not because of Stephon.
Yeah. Anyway.
Stephon Diggs is
Anyway.
horrible.
He's
Moving on.
horrible.
That's true, yeah.
I want to have this one. This will be quick, but this was debated in a group chat of ours with our good
dear
sound person
God.
Joey. Mike Evans or Brandon Ayuk.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
I'll take
Brandon
Mr.
Ayuk. Come on.
I'll take Mike Evans.
Come on.
But
I look
This
at my
year,
phone.
too,
I look at my phone. I
Look
go
at
on
the
a
stats.
walk.
Brandon Ayuk has better stats than Mike Evans and everything.
okay, we're gonna go.
Everything.
We're gonna go with two more.
Hold on. I go on a walk and I look at my phone and there's 94 missed messages in a span of like 15 minutes. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And it's just Mike Evans, Brandon Ayuk. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh.
You guys are crazy.
No, I think this is a very interesting.
Please cook him, Dean.
I think
please.
this is such an interesting. I'm gonna do a receiver matchup first.
Oh, no.
I think this is very interesting.
Cook him.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
Oh.
or Garrett
Bro, you didn't
Wilson.
even say your
Ooh,
I
answer.
didn't hear you.
I did say my answer. I said I took Mike Evans.
Yeah, you said it.
Yeah, I said Mike
I
Evans.
didn't hear the second person.
I said Amon-Ra St. Brown or Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
This
okay.
year?
I think so.
Once he
I
gets,
know,
Not-
no, see,
but it's
no,
not
no,
only
no, no,
stats.
no, no, no,
But
no,
it's not
that's
only
the thing.
stats.
once
It's
he
not
gets a
only stats.
quarterback, he's gonna be top 5 in every category for receivers.
I
Garrett
agree.
Wilson's gonna be
I'm
so
going with
good.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
And the last one that I want to talk. Actually, okay, we're gonna do two more because we're gonna do an extra one because I just saw this, but one more before that. George Pickens or Michael Pittman Jr.
Oh, Michael Pittman Jr.
It's
George fucking Pickens, dude.
It's close.
Overall, the whole year,
No,
Michael
it's
Pittman Jr.
so it's not just stats. It's skill
Guess
wise.
who finished with
but
more yards?
No fucking way.
yes,
Give me
Pickens.
Yeah.
Pickens.
No way, bro. Yeah, Pickens. He's been solid.
Although-
No,
The whole
yo,
year,
you're
there's no
right.
way.
You're right.
Pickens finished.
You finished with-
more
I had him in
yards.
32
fantasy. He
more
got me like
yards.
15 points every
30
single week.
It's still Daniel.
And he still
Who's your
finished with
pick?
4 yards.
Pickens, although I'm not a fan of his
crazy.
off-field issues this year. That's something to be alarmed of. in
I'm
your
gonna
second
go
year.
with George Pickens as well.
Bro, he's such a bitch on the sideline too.
Still, one of the craziest stats I've ever seen is he has 1,140 yards on 63 catches.
Bro, for reference, the guys above him have 96, 76, 108, 72, 92. He has 63.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy stat.
Insane.
His yards per reception are crazy. But still, last one, Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith.
Same take I have for Ayuk I have with Devontae Smith. Give me Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, Devontae.
It's close.
That's close, yeah.
Super
that's
close.
Fuck no, bro. Devontae is so good at football, man.
They're both good at football.
I
Like,
mean,
really
but
Devontae
good.
just doesn't get the
Jalen
football.
Waddle is not
Exactly,
catching a
yeah.
fucking go up and get it ball, like ever.
He does that. I disagree
just
as much
fucking
as I don't.
fast.
I don't think he's not just fast. That's
Pretty
bad
fucking
process. He's really fast, but that's a bad process if you're saying he's just fast. He is a good route runner. I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith as well.
I just
But
think
it's not
Devontae
some.
is so good.
I don't think it's like some crazy like thing to say Jalen Waddle either. In my opinion, there it is. I'm going with Devontae Smith as well. That is the end of that segment. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? Does anybody else want to cook? Daniel, what are you gonna cook?
We got rid of our old podcast, so I got to go again. New England Patriots. Bill Belichick. Juju Smith-Schuster.
No.
R.I.P.
No.
You are on the IR, so rip, Poe. Please lose. Please. I have been spoiled my whole life. I understand that. I have seen 5 Super Bowls in my life. I have seen the greatest quarterback of all time, not arguably the greatest quarterback of all time,
Correct.
and arguably the greatest coach of all time.
And tight end.
Not
And
arguably.
the past 3 years, been rough. 4 years, it's been average football. Average to be nice.
Some would say
Below
below
average.
average. Some would say
Below
below
average.
We
average
made
this
the
year.
playoffs 2 years ago.
I said this year.
Rookie Mac Jones.
Some would say below average this year is all I'm saying.
Rookie Mac Jones.
One of the worst years of football ever for me watching football in my life. That's where that's at.
Oh, bro, that's crazy.
I need Drake May in a uniform so bad. I will
Cook.
buy it the second they say Drake on the TV show. I will have it in the cart checked out. Hopefully I get the number right. I need this loss so bad. Please, please lose. Bill, I know your ego wants to win. Please lose. That's all I have to say.
Drake May, QB1 real quick. But that is going to be the end of this podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, there will be a podcast episode next week, and that is it. Peace. Peace.